some limited citations
Sweeter,
or non-criminal
sweeter.
offenses like trespass. You know, you were drinking in an open container. You were drinking with an open container out in a place where you're not supposed to. Boom, deported. That is insane. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, German national U.S. permanent resident currently detained in Rhode Island without charges, lawyer alleges. Fabian Schmidt was hospitalized with the flu after allegedly being subjected to violent interrogation. This was a couple days ago, and I guess this is an update. Anyway. Literally broken window policing? No, this isn't even broken window policing. This is something even more dire than that. An American attorney representing student protesters was detained and questioned at the airport for 90 minutes upon returning from a spring break vacation. Lawyer for a UM protester detained at airport after a spring break trip with family. Jesus Christ, dude. Anyway. This is so insane. All right, this is all I got for today, Chad. I'm going to go spend time with my family. I'm fucking pissed off. I'm tired. Jesus.
Immigration policies of Democratic and Republican administrations. But on the fate of the Venezuelan men,
what would you say to these families who are terrified right now about their relatives currently sitting in this prison in El Salvador? Will they ever see them again?
I hope so. But, you know, there's a real danger that they remain there.
You're saying that there are Venezuelans who very well may have no gang ties that are right now in one of the hardest of hardcore prisons in the world that may never get out. They may never see the light of day again.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so over, dude. We've outsourced our concentration camps. Like, in a way that this also pairs alongside the administration stating their desire to set up concentration camps along the southern border on the Mexican side. So that they can basically, I don't think Claudio Sheinbaum would play ball, but also more student visas have been revoked. 13 international students at UW-Madison have had their visas terminated by the U.S. government. At least 13 international students, 6 current students, and 7 alumni on employment extensions at the University of Wisconsin-Madison have had their student exchange visitor information system records terminated by the U.S. government, according to the university. SEVIS termination generally requires individuals to leave the U.S. immediately. UW-Madison stated that it played no role in the terminations. The university has not seen any related federal law enforcement activity on campus and does not believe the terminations are linked to political activity or free speech events. However, the specific reasons behind the terminations remain unclear. It's insane. Here's another fun fact you'll like. Germany started doing this too now. Great. Apparently, deeply unsettling. Stanford, Berkeley students hit by mass visa revocation. At least 4 international students at both Stanford and UC Berkeley had their visas abruptly revoked. Officials of both universities confirmed this week. 4 current Stanford students and 2 recent graduates were among those impacted. The university said in a statement, Stanford discovered the cancellations during a routine check of the Federal Student Exchange Visitor Information System. According to the statement, as of now, federal authorities have not given any official reasons for the revocations. We understand that these developments may be deeply unsettling for our members of our community, the university said in a statement, directing students to resource available through the Bechtel International Center. Meanwhile, UC Berkeley confirmed to SF Gate that 6 members of its campus community also had their visas terminated. This is an opportunity for Governor Gavin Newsom to fucking step in and not allow ICE to operate inside of any of the fucking campuses inside of its state. Toker Joker, what did he say? I'm not American. I agree with that. Illegals should get deported and violent criminals who are citizens should go to American prisons. American taxpayers shouldn't be responsible. Okay, stop. Stop. Let me read the fucking thing he's saying. Okay, calm down. The real issue is that everyone deserves due process and most are not given that right. Snatching people up because they match a description aren't carrying proof of legal citizenship is outrageous. Ban me if you must. It's fucking so dumb. He's a due process guy. This is liberalism through and through. He's like, listen, I hate him. I'm not a citizen. I'm not an American, but fuck those people. Okay. While you're in the process of talking about people having their citizenship revoked for demonstrating free speech. Now, maybe you're Canadian and you don't understand this concept, but in the United States of America, none of those students had their student visas revoked for a good reason. As a matter of fact, it is illegal for the federal government to revoke their student visas for exercising their First Amendment rights. Okay? Maybe you don't understand that in the fucking communist nation state of Canada, where you guys don't have that thing. You guys don't have free speech. But we do here. At least, you know, the administration is working on removing that. At least 3 Penn students had visas revoked, ISSS says. My university already said they weren't going to do anything to stop ICE agents from entering buildings on campus. What the fuck? Dude, no one should come to college in America. If you're an international student, I swear, don't come to college here. Don't go to school here. This country does not deserve your brain power. Straight up. This is so insane. By the way, there's some analysis on this 13% drop on foreigners coming into the country in the past couple of months. Like, there has been a major dip in the number of foreigner visitations. At least 50 international students at Arizona State had their visas revoked, with at least 3 facing detention. An attorney representing the students say all the students she has worked with are from India, China, or Muslim majority countries, leading her to believe that political activism, particularly related to the genocide in Gaza, may be a factor in the revocations. One student has been detained for over 10 days. Students were notified of the revocations via email and are described as really, really afraid and confused, unsure whether to continue attending classes or prepare for self-deportation. Many still believe the revocations were errors. ASU has reportedly been supportive, covering part of the consultation fees of the affected students. Deported over a speeding ticket. Dozens of U.S. students' visas abruptly revoked. Nearly 40 students report canceled visas over minor infractions as Trump intensifies crackdowns on universities. Lisa was eating takeout at a friend's place when the email from her university landed. She clicked on her inbox, skimmed the message. ISS informs you that your CVIS record was terminated. The wording felt unfamiliar. She read it again, but it still sounded like a scam, absurd but unreal. Lisa is an international student at University of Wisconsin-Madison, just 1 month away from graduation. She asked to use a pseudonym due to concerns about retaliation and an ongoing legal case. Before going to bed, she found someone posted a similar notice on social media. It was through these posts that Lisa understood what the email had actually meant. With her student exchange visitor information system record terminated, she was now considered out of status in the U.S. Staying could mean violating immigration laws. The DHS maintains the CVIS database that tracks international students and scholars on F, M, and J visas. Once the CVIS record is terminated, a student's legal status becomes immediately invalid. They must either leave the U.S. within a grace period, typically 15 days, or take steps to restore their status. Otherwise, they risk deportation and future visa restrictions. She dug through the comment section and joined group chats, searched for patterns. One emerged. Most of the affected students had been fingerprinted. Some had been cited for non-criminal offenses, but the messages they received said they had criminal records. That's when she remembered a year ago she was driving home when she got 2 speeding tickets, one for speeding and another for failing to stop. She hadn't seen the police car behind her until it was too late. To get the charges dismissed, she showed up in court where she was fingerprinted. Lisa is one of the several students across states who found their legal status revoked by the U.S. government on the 4th of April. Dude, it's so... The very fact that they are going after people with like the lowest level, the most minor shit implies the thing that I've been saying in perpetuity, which is that there is nothing. Undocumented migrants and documented migrants are so insanely law-abiding. Documented and undocumented non-citizens are insanely law-abiding, especially documented non-citizens. Like, there is data available for this. This is precisely the reason why they're trying to hit, like, anything they can, and the best they can do is, like, a fucking speeding ticket, dude. It is psychotic. Students from 50 universities reported their visas were canceled around April 4th, many noting that they had prior records